Well, again, Kyosho fans, it's been a while since I've done a Kyosho, but every now and then there's still a casting that I don't have, and this is one of them, the Nissan R91CP. So you can maybe look at this as I unscrew it from the base. This thing won outright in 1992 the 24 Hours of Daytona race, and I guess it was the first Japanese car to do so. And if you look down in the list of racers down at the bottom, the first one is Hasemi. Hasemi's the famous guy that has all his racing team, Hasemi Racing, and all those crazy silhouette skylines. Nissan Skylines are Hasemi Skylines. So he's obviously a successful race car driver that then has a race car team and then has race vehicles with his name on them. All right, looking at this. Let's see what kind of stats are on this web page here. 930 kilos, powered by a V8 of 3.5 liters, making over 680 PS or so. It's a twin turbocharged, only a 5-speed transmission. And then 14-inch carbon brakes. It's a carbon monocoque chassis. And then, let's see, the tires are, I guess, 12 by 17. 13J, 15J. Alright, so it's actually running 13-inch wheels in the front and 15-inch wheels in the back. This is before, well, frankly, big wheels don't make sense for performance. It's more of a styling thing on regular road cars. But if you look at a drag car, it has very small wheels because usually that metal wheel weighs more than the rubber tire. But with the carbon But with, what am I looking for? Carbon fiber wheels, maybe that'll change. You know, I would assume a carbon fiber wheel weighs less than the equivalent amount in a steel belted tire. Well, they're making Kevlar belted tires, so who knows? Who knows? Sorry, just a tangent there. I like to learn about cars and stuff and theorize stuff. So you can see this tire doesn't want to stay on. Unfortunately, Kyosho never dates the bottom of their vehicles. Ooh, something fell off. The mirror. I'll have to glue that back on later. So it does say what the car is, but it doesn't say when it was made. So it's press fit together. It's running racing slicks. It actually has separate floating suspension arms, so that's pretty interesting. And then that rear wing is curved, and there's the air passing over that section there. And then this rear has a translucent brake light. Or maybe 3. Yeah, look at that. I didn't expect that, actually. I thought they would just be painted. But nope, Kyosho did it right. Okay, well, it's also strange. I would have guessed the lights would be up here. But, yeah, there in the middle. Interesting. Alright, so now the tires, they do have curvature. Even though they're really low profile, they have roundness to them. The wheels look pretty much like those photographs, pretty close. No, I'm wrong. At least the wheels in the photographs have multi-piece. There's a bunch of perimeter bolts going around. But I also saw other photos where they're running BBS kind of rims. So maybe these did exist, or maybe not, I don't know. But they do have a center knockoff detail, and there's air passing through, so it's not a blanked off wheel. Here we have a relatively deep exhaust port, if that is the exhaust. I don't know for sure. I'm gonna guess it is because it looks like it's supposed to be metal surrounding there. Shallow vent there. Tampo printing looks pretty good. NACA duct. Yeah, alright. So I like Kyosho because they don't use decals, which is just silly. I think it's really wrong that, you know, if Kyosho could have made these for $6 or something when they were brand new, why does NEO 64 and Tarmac Works Hobby have decals on their models? And their models are like $20, $30. There hasn't been that much inflation. Model cars have not quadrupled in price, right? So they're really cheaping out by using decals, I think. Anything, they should be printed like Kyosho did it. Look at this. It's even printed on the windscreen cover. Or light cover. Okay, so vented details here, vents ribbing there. I think this little bump must be a mirror. It's not silver though back there. And then the way they molded the cover, it looks like it could be a light bulb back there. Alright, this is a real vent. Let's cool. That's a pretty deep vent as well. It's a plastic base, so a pretty thin chin spoiler. I think that's Nissan badge. Let's see. I'm gonna zoom in. Well, it's just an outline, really. Okay, but at least that one's legible. Yeah. Nismo. Why is there a American flag here? All three racers are Japanese. So they just put it out for respect that they're racing at Daytona, maybe? Interesting. Okay, yeah, sorry, that tire. Strange. This is an issue with these rubber tires. I think a lot of them start to harden. You know, rubber, when exposed to oxygen, it goes bad. That's why you have to replace your car tires if you just let the car sit outside for like 10 years, even without driving it. So that might be the case with these things. I hope not. But that doesn't look good, right? It's like definitely messed up. Flat spotted, screwed to the base too hard. The back's fine though. Alright, graphics back on this side here seem okay. Going to the top here, we can see there's a wiper blade raised, painted black, it looks like. Some typical black molded interior details. It's going to be really hard to see in this one with such a curved side window, but I'll try. Yeah, so there's the driver's seat has like a harness molded in. And then the vestigial seat here. Let me just boost up the lumens to 15. I don't know if there's a vestigial seat, but it looks like there's a battery right there. Okay. That's good enough. No complaints. Plastic separate little intake for snorkel there. Some aqueducts on the roof, and then some painted black recesses, probably for like fuel fillers or something. Emergency cutoff printing, some bumps and panel lines, and then this red canopy is painted very well. Alright, every time I say it, try to be nice, I do notice this is not the sharpest edge. The rest of it's pretty sharply painted, you know? And that can't be easy to do, right? And then also the fact that there's white inside of blue. I think they painted the whole model blue first, then printed the white, then printed the red. So 3 steps there. Interesting. I think this snorkel is in center. Or, no, never mind. Okay, so the top of this wing also has some red there, and good sponsorship printing there, so it's very nice. So that mirror, I guess, fell off right here. You have to get some crazy glue. But it used. I'm sure the last guy probably broke it, and I'm just glad it broke in when I saw it happen. Otherwise, this thing would just get lost forever. Let me see if I can glue this thing back on, and we'll get the spin coaster. Well, I got the mirror, I think, in the right place. I know this because I have the R91CP from 1992, the next year, and it has the same type of mirror. It has a red snorkel, but it's got these funky wing deflectors in front of the wheel wells, but I don't understand the logic. What were they doing there? I don't know. And now you see what's weird is, look at the wheels on this. These wheels look like those photographs, the multi-piece wheels with the little perimeter bolts. So if Kyosho did that, and these are from the same collection, this is some sort of Nissan racing collection, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt there, because they actually went through the effort of molding different wheels than this year. So it's quite interesting. I'm trying to see what other differences. These cars look almost the same. An aqueduct on the roof, the same. The side venting is a little different. This one actually has pipes coming out the side, it looks like. That just has a big vent. They both have this little funky mirror in the fender. So they're very similar. I mean, it's only a 1 year difference in racing, so. Alright, a more modern one. This is the R91CP GT1 that raced between 97 and 98. You'll see it grew in size. To go back in time, we have this R382 or 362. The text is so small I can't even read it. From 1969. This is a Group 7 racer is what my notes are telling me. And then, so these are all Kyoshos. I think these three came from the same collection. I don't know if this came from that same collection or not. And then this one I think is by Sparky. Sparky is not the smartest company. They don't tell what the thing is. It's only on the display stand, but not everyone displays their models on the stand. So this is the Nissan Delta Wing. That was like an experimental race car developed by some Americans to try to basically make racing more efficient. A small engine, small frontal area, so less energy consumption, and more efficient on the tires, the brakes, everything. It's a lighter, nimbler vehicle. But I guess people just couldn't get into the weird look of it, and so it never took off. Okay, well, let's look at the top view. Alright. Well, it's another nice model by Kyosho. Minus the mirror falling off, which could have been my fault. Maybe I knocked it off myself. I don't think there are any flaws. Did you guys see any defects? Like the paint? There's no major paint rash, or I don't even really recall any paint rash. So I guess maybe it's just those tires, you know? Their front ones were squished down too hard. But it's actually quite surprising to have a model this old and not see paint rash, which is a sad truth of this hobby. If you're new to collecting, die-cast metal and paint, they don't get along for a long time. At least cheap die-cast cars. I'm sure you could probably paint die-cast metal to never have paint bubbling, but you probably have to put on a lot of primer and proper surface preparation of the metal. Although Hot Wheels seems to do a good job of it. Thanks for watching today. I'll see you the next time I get another Nissan racing car in. Bye.